Good afternoon, morning, whatever it is for you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's episode of Crusher's Corner. We are talking about the show on April 7th. Yes, April 7th. I can't believe it's already the second show of season 23. Man, feels good to be here. Now, tonight, I've got a special guest for you guys. The one, the only Cortez. Cortez, welcome to the show.
Finally,
Oh,
you've
yeah.
invited the God King himself of CSX on your show. Now
Well,
your show's going to get ratings, all right? Now
Oh, yeah.
we're going to make this show go to the next level. But listen, I want 10% royalties. All right? That's how it's going to work. There's no negotiating.
Look. You provide the results, we'll make sure things happen.
There's no.
I can't offer if there's a maybe on the other side of the
No.
cards.
If there's no results, that's you failing on your end. There is no failure on my end here. See? I brought Snacks over. Snacks was a champion last season. See what I mean? All right?
That's true. To be fair, I think you should run AWW because you could probably do it better. But
No. Listen, I got no beef with Wolf. Wolf's a great guy.
I hate that guy.
He does a great job here.
If Saigon won, we'd be in a much better position. But
do I feel like he gives Ace too much leeway? Well, listen, everybody got a price, right? So
I know, right? But yeah, welcome to the show. We're gonna talk about the matches coming up, and then you and I will go one-on-one with an interview. And I'm gonna ask you a few interesting questions tonight. So I hope you're prepared for that.
I'm always prepared. The question is, are you prepared?
Well, now that you mention it, I don't think I am.
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Match one. We're gonna see Final go up against Iceman. Now, this is a very interesting match for those who don't know. Final is one of those people who has risen almost to the tip top, had it within arm's grasp, and then fell from the heavens. Just back down to irrelevance multiple times and worked his way back up. And he's going up against Iceman, who we've seen destroy his competition out of anger after what Onyx did to him. This is going to be a real good match. Now, who do you think has the bigger chance of winning this match?
I personally am going to go with Iceman. Anybody who could use that hatred, that malice, that loathing, disgusting feeling you have inside and turn into a positive always has my vote. I believe that violence is going to take him to the next echelon as long as he can focus and keep it in track and in tune with what he wants to do. Final has not gained traction from his mighty descent, and I feel it's Iceman's to lose.
Yeah, I'm going to have to somewhat agree there. It depends on what side of Iceman we see. If we see the angry Iceman, the one that uses his rage and just attacks his opponents relentlessly, doesn't care, just wants to go out there and destroy, I think he's got this in the bag. But if we see a calmer Iceman, all I'm saying is there's a reason Onyx left. There's a reason that Onyx took that excuse, ran with it, and is now running solo.
I mean, as some insider information, I can tell you this as a talent here in AWW. The spread of catering is kind of thin. Announcers are getting Taco Bells from what I'm hearing. There's a lot of things going on here. So I can expect Iceman to be really pissed off when he's coming here for like a freaking burger and fries, and he gets like 2 chicken tenders and like 3 scraps of like broken, curly fries. So he's gonna be real pissed off.
Yeah. Okay. You've convinced me. Iceman, all in. There's no way I'm gonna see Final win against an angered Iceman. Which now we're gonna go into match 2. And yet another great match. 2 incredibly talented tag teams, BDF, Andrew and Smooth versus the Selfish Generation, Kevin Brooks and Hunter. Now, one thing I want to bring up before we actually talk about the match, we saw Smooth behind the scenes telling his uncle Andrew that it's time for him to change outfits this year since Smooth did it last year. And Smooth even got him a new shirt. We haven't seen that yet. So I'm kind of excited to see what he brings out.
I mean, as am I.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have really changed up their looks this year, and some of them for the better. Are you going to be coming out in a new outfit this year?
I scratched some things together. I'm gonna definitely talk to my tailor. Got my cousin Taylor coming over all the way from Japan to make me some custom clothing. So I'm rehashing some stuff from last year, but we'll definitely come out with some new gears pretty soon. But
so your cousin Taylor is a tailor.
I don't have a cousin Taylor. I have some people out there, you know.
Oh,
when you run a successful franchise like CSX, not to self promote too much, but when you run a successful franchise, you know, you get some bucks, you get some money, you get some walking around money, you know, and I'm gonna walk around with some money and get some suits. But the question was about Smooth. If Smooth can feel good, I believe he's gonna fight good, because it's all about that confidence. You have that confidence going in, as long as it's not too much, you have a chance.
Oh yeah, and this is another match that can go one of two ways. In my opinion, the Selfish Generation is going to be looking for a huge start to this season because they ended up losing the belts last year at the end of last season, or this year at the end of last season, I should say. And that's huge. They no longer hold the belts, so they have to work their way back up to get another shot at it. The only thing is, BDF is such a talented group. I don't know if I see the Selfish Generation coming away with a win on this one.
Well, it depends on how they're looking at it. If they're upset that they lost the belts and didn't work on anything or look at their mistakes, then they're not going to win.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the important thing of losing is to understand how you lost. And if they didn't do their homework, they didn't understand how they lost that match, that's on them. So the advantage right now is definitely on Smooth. And, you know, Smooth's team. So if, whatever that team was called, I forgot the name. I'm sorry. I have a horrible memory. Too much on the mind.
Oh, you're good.
But I do think that, you know, if they don't focus on correcting their mistakes and making the adjustments necessary, they're not going to get back on the top. So it's up to them and how they prepare themselves moving forward.
Yeah, I still think I'm going to go with BDF. You know, former number one contenders. I can't see Selfish Generation winning this one. And you're going with which group again?
I'm going to go with BDF. Selfish Generation was the one I couldn't remember the name. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're good. You're good. Match 3. We're going to have Closer versus Onyx. You know, Onyx is a totally different wrestler since he left the Ice Age. Not the Closer. We've seen him do okay. I mean, he was a top level athlete day in and day out. But I feel like anymore he's kind of reached a middle tier. You know, he's not what he used to be, but he's still fairly relevant, fairly talented. So this is going to be huge if Onyx can knock Closer down yet another peg. No, we're talking about somebody who used to be a champion, who used to hold a belt. And Onyx, he wants to get a belt of his own. I'm sure of that. So if he can take on somebody who once had that belt and come away with a win, he's going to be going places.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. Onyx is, you know, he's finally solo. He's definitely trying to make a path and a name for himself. But Closer as a more, who has more experience on the solo uh, aspect of bouts. It's his, it's his ground. This is his playing field. He has the advantage on that front. He has to use his veteran ability and try to get Onyx out of his game or just mess with him and have Onyx play his game. Have Closure play his his style of wrestling and his approach, and if he can take control of the match for the majority of the time, I can definitely see Closer winning. But however, if he's still trying to find something that he never had or that he almost had, he's going to be his own worst enemy.
Yeah. Now I want to make a little bit of a correction. I want to say something we got to keep in mind is Onyx is the holder of the Wolfie in a bank and the bank. If I could speak properly. So Onyx does have a title match guaranteed whenever he wants. All he has to do is cash that in.
But in the hold on, and you see in the Wolfie in the Bank match, right? That there's multiple people in that one match, right?
Yeah.
So the solo competition is not really there. Yes, you're by yourself, but there's still other competitors out there to do work for you. Because in essence, right, sure as anybody else has work for you. So now that
but what I'm saying is like he's already guaranteed a title match. So I feel like instead of him proving he should have one, this turns into now he's got to prove that he's ready to cash in.
Yeah, and he also has to prove that he's a threat. That's the most important thing. Because
and I mean, defeating a former champion definitely says, "Hey,
yep,
you better be ready for when I cash in."
He has to send a message out there, and he has to send a message to the champion as well. Like, listen, you may have the belt, but know at any moment I'm ready to strike, and I'm not a pushover.
Yeah, so Dave's retro basement gonna have to watch himself.
Yep. However, I would say
I'm sorry, Brett Matthews, not Dave's retro basement. Brett Matthews is gonna have to watch himself.
Well, Brett is on the shit list, so I'm just saying if Onyx may need some help, I'll incur some calls. But I'm still not over the fact that he beat a fellow commission member in Dave's retro basement for the strap. So we'll see we'll see if Brett makes it to lose his title. We'll see.
Yeah.
And maybe I had at one point I taught Dave some tough love. If you guys ever saw the spine of Dave's retro basement, that was me. Dave tried to take what was mine in my title, and I did as the great Iron Sheik once said, "I'll break your back and make you humble." The rest is history.
Yeah. I think I gotta actually go with Closer on this one. I don't think Onyx is ready yet. But, if he proves me wrong, feel free to cash in, Onyx.
I'm going for Onyx. I feel there's hunger in there. I feel there's desire. And he's motivated with the Wolfie in the bank. And, that's all you need sometimes. Sometimes you need that extra confidence. And
I can see it. I would definitely go with Onyx. I like Onyx. He ditched Iceman because Iceman was kind of the deadbeat of the team. And he figured out what's better for him. I'd love to see him succeed, but I just don't know if he's ready for the likes of Closer yet. But yeah, that's going to move us on to match 4. And this is going to be real interesting. We're going to see Meyer, IK Meyer, go against Aaron Silver. Now, we have to remember, last week's main event was Ike and Shu, team My Shoe. Come on, let's make it a thing, people. Team hashtag My Shoe. But Empire of Pain won by a count out. Like they played it real smart, got that count out, got the win. And I feel like Meyer has some resentment on that. He's not happy to have lost a count out. Especially against somebody like the Empire of Pain. This is going to be a huge match. But I don't know if Meyer's ready to take on this massive bruiser of Aaron Silver. I like Meyer. He brings us food to the commentary table, but I don't know.
I
What
mean,
do you
listen,
think about this?
grease in the commentary sometimes is we can definitely get you over with the fans, but the most important thing is getting over in the ring, and that comes to work ethic and wins.
Mm-hmm.
Silver's definitely a force to be reckoned with. He's a big boy. He's very intimidating, and he's definitely something that you can't sleep over. I understand that they lost to a count out, and they didn't get the results that they want, and they're infuriated. But sometimes you walk into a brick wall expecting to move it, and it doesn't move. So I definitely see Silver possibly coming as taking the victory that night on the 7th. So yeah,
I'm gonna have to agree with that. It's Aaron Silver comes to bring pain, and he doesn't care about the win. He doesn't care about the loss. What he cares about is making his opponent suffer. And so I think we can expect to see a tap out victory on Aaron Silver's side.
I definitely agree.
All right. You know what time it is? Main event time.
Let's go.
The Iron Ace. God, I can almost hear Jake saying that. It's like ingrained in my head. If only I could hear him say that phrase. If only he was like listening and could just chime in with the Iron Ace.
Iron Ace.
Oh, wow, that was weird. Huh. It's like I could really hear him. Anyways, Iron Ace versus Dave's Retro Basement. Now, this is one of your buddies here going up against somebody who, let's face it, I don't like him.
The question
I think I made that clear.
Does anybody?
The TB12 team likes him.
It's only because he pays for their bills. He pays for his friendships. We've seen it thousands of times here. Ace is nothing but a mouth that doesn't stop running.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm at the point where I'm about to call him 7-Eleven because he never closes. Dave's gonna whip his ass. Dave's gonna freaking destroy him. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The commission's strong. We're stronger than we've ever been. And we're ready to take on any challenge. But enough about us. Dave he's not gonna give Ace a chance. He's gonna retire him just as his boy Tom Brady got retired. He's gonna send him.
I hope so, because if I didn't make it clear enough at Sozen's comment how I feel about the Iron Ace, I don't know what more I can do. But do you think Dave's specially trained just for this match, or is this going to be just another match to him?
Well, most likely just another match. Dave, I, Nagata, Snacks, we all train hard. It's the number one rule, part of the commission. Just work hard, play hard. And we don't play until we finish working. So we definitely put in all the work that we need to keep ourselves presentable and on the high level. So is Dave ready? Hands down. He's gonna take on Ace and he's gonna break him. And I'm ready for it.
Oh yeah, we all know Ace doesn't quite play fair. Does he play dirty? Debatable. We've seen him throw people off of cells trying to kill someone. In fact, we even saw him.
And the question is, where are the charges? You see, that's exactly my point. Ace throws his money around to get him out of the problems that he causes. And unfortunately, the commission cannot be bought out. So we're not going to play his game. We're not going to play for his team. And we're going to do what needs to be done, which is get rid of the trash that is Iron Ace.
Right.
You know, it's a big problem with iron. It rusts, and we're ready to crack that rust and to just get rid of it.
I like that phrase, and I hope to see that happen. I think it's obvious both of us are taking Dave's Retro Basement on this one.
Wasn't even a question.
All right. You ready for some questions to be answered?
Let's go.
All right. Now, last season, we saw you feuding not only with the beast, the monster known as Alistair, but that also passed on to the man controlling Alistair, Darren Crow, because he stole your belt from you. Now, as we know, he no longer holds that belt. So, do you still have your eyes on Darren Crow, or have you shifted your attention more towards Butt Screw?
I do want to get the belt back one day, and I will. There's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm all about respect. I'm a man of principle. And for a man to do some sucker ass shit, that's unacceptable to me. Every time I came out ahead, Alistair came out. And it wasn't cool. Just when I had Alistair on the cuffs, Crow comes out. And I need to hurt Crow. I need to hurt Crow as much as Alistair tried to hurt me. If not more than that. So it's definitely my approach is going to Crow. The title's still going to be there. I just don't want Crow to be there.
Yeah. So, one thing that you need to be careful of is that Alistair's not a man to be taken lightly. Like, we've seen him do some crazy things, and it might not end well for you if you try taking him on again.
Well, that's why I have the commission. It's a brotherhood. And I know my boys got my back if Alistair would decide to make a move. Alistair, and I'm gonna say this right now, so the public knows. You know, mind your damn business, boy. This ain't about you. This never was about you. Once Crow paid you, you became a mercenary. So it's nothing personal, and I'm willing to put that aside. But come for me again, then you have to deal with the four of us, and it ain't gonna end pretty for you. Now to Crow, I'm just saying, if you accept, maybe we can have a one-on-one match. Settle it all. We'll finish the match, we'll shake hands, and we'll walk away. And we can both start our focus on whatever goal that we want. If you don't want to be respectful, then we can go that option too. Just understand that I'm ready, and I want this.
I think that's fair.
No sucker shit. No bullshit tactics. You and me one-on-one. You want to bring weapons? You can bring weapons. You want a good old match? We can have a good old match. But this ends. No more bullshit.
Yeah, and that sounds completely fair. It's wrestling. Wrestling out your differences, it's just kind of part of the game. So, I feel like that'd be a good way to kind of squash things. Yeah, hopefully he's down for that, and you two can, kind of move on, because like I said, I'd hate to see one of you two get hurt. Now, another thing is, and we're going to have to touch on it, TB12. They have the tag team titles, and they have the Twitch champion title. What do you guys plan on doing about that?
Us as the commission, or me, myself?
The commission as a whole.
Iron Ace has made no friends here, right? So, and his boys, that is TB12. There's no friends there. I want the best for my boys. I want the best for the commission, and I would love for all of us to have gold. But if we can help take away something from Iron Ace or something from Iron Ace's friends, it's a win in our book. So either or. We could have no problem taking the Twitch title, and we have no problem taking those tag titles. So
yeah, I'd like to see it.
If they're ready for the smoke, we're ready to bring the fire. So
now,
whatever.
What would be the tag team that you guys would be bringing?
Well, the God has been slept on. I don't think he's wrestled so much in AWW. He's a very unknown force.
Right.
And I know Snacks is a former world champion, so I know Snacks wants to probably most likely go the solo route. But if it's me and the God who wants to throw down, listen. Just as we're big, we're mighty, we're strong, and we'll always bring a fight. So.
Oh yeah, and that sounds like a good combination right there. You know, you and Nagata, there's a lot of chemistry between you two.
Yep.
A lot of strength too. You guys could easily do it. Which I guess I kind of have to ask about Snacks a little bit. Are we going to see him have that gold again by the end of the year? Because we all know he's one of the best champions AWW has ever seen, if not the greatest.
Of course. Listen, ratings were never higher until Snacks got the belt. The gate was always sold out instantly, and that's the power of Snacks. Snacks is one of the most happy-go-luckiest people you'll meet, but the second that bell rings, it's personal. It's just you and him, and he's gonna give you 110% of everything that he has. He's gonna bring that pain. He's gonna bring that wrestling knowledge that he has, and he's gonna work as hard as possible. And I definitely believe by the end of the year we'll see a very long title reign again from the one and only Snacks the Man.
I hope to see that. I mean, there's a reason why he had so many people, let's call them admirers, lining up for him after a match. You know, he went out there. He was a real champion. He showed off his champion skills. He wasn't just sitting off to the sidelines doing nothing. You know, he would do a lot for AWW to bring out the more realistic side instead of hee I'm the champion, I'm the greatest person ever. He went out and proved it.
Well, if you understand old school wrestling, the champion is the face of the franchise at that point, right? That champion is his sole job. Well, their sole job is to put asses in seats, and Snacks is more than capable of putting asses in seats and making people want to tune in, not only on a weekly basis, but always checking the socials, checking the YouTube, making sure that everything of Snacks is consumed. No pun intended. Snacks is the man you would want to lead any company, and I have faith that he again will be the face of this company. Brett runs his mouth a lot, and Brett did deserve a title shot. I'll give him that. He won it. The 50-50 draw, right? It's a one-on-one match. However, I do have faith in my boy Snacks, and I do see that Brett's reign will end sometime, and Snacks will definitely have his run.
Oh yeah, and so it looks like we're getting close on time here. So I'm sure Wolf won't mind if I ask you a little bit about CSX. Where can people interested in CSX find this company at?
Find it. We have no set date. We're trying to make everything cosmetically pleasing, as my boy the Briscoes would say. For the audience, we're trying to use the money from last season to upgrade it. But you can find it always. Always, we don't have a set, but again, we don't have a set date. Always at twitch.tv/Cortez. That's CORETEZ.
All right, you heard it here, folks. Oh, one more great question I thought of.
And hold on, one quick change to CSX. The other issue, well, one thing I'm definitely trying to do with CSX this year is make it a weekly show. So we're definitely trying to figure out the logistics of that and make that happen.
Well, hopefully that can happen. Are we going to see another AWW CSX crossover?
If it's up to me, yes. But me and Wolf will definitely talk it out, and we'll try to flesh out another banger.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Now, hopefully this year somebody doesn't break into the servers and start going through your computer and destroying stuff this year.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel so bad for that last year, Just I guess people like breaking into offices.
It's a splash in the pan. It's over with. That's it. We moved on. We made a much needed change, and that's it. It's under the bridge already.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be back and better than ever this year.
Eric Bischoff.
Anyways, guys, this was tonight's episode of Crusher's Corner. I want to thank everybody at home for watching. Don't forget, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and what I want everybody to do in the comment section is to tell me who is the most attractive member of the commission. Debate in the comments below. You all have a good day, and we will see you on Friday.